Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, it's starting to feel like spring, and that means softball is right around the corner. We'll get you updated on what they look for this season.
And one bill that could affect many Metro students and the school they go to.
And a new technology that RTD hopes will make transit easier for Aurora campus. This and more coming up on the Met Report.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Paula Ruelas.
And I'm Jake Holgerson. Looks like everyone survived their break and is busy with their classes. But the bus ride to campus has changed. Vega tells us more.
The new year and the start of the spring semester have brought various changes to the campus of Auraria. Among these are the new RTD College Pass Smart Card, which has many confused and perhaps even annoyed.
Nobody really knows what's going on.
And so, how does this new system work? Well, if you're riding the light rail, you simply select your trip, tap your card on the card reader, and board the train. Seems like easy steps to follow. However, many think public transportation should not be so complex.
Because it takes up a lot of time for me having to come here and scan instead of me just hopping on the light rail.
I mean, this is overall RTD's big change that they're moving towards, which is contactless technology. This is something that they moved all the colleges to, so every college that has the College Pass program, including Auraria campus, has been moved to this, as well as all employers who have the Echo Pass program.
Failure to scan one's card can result in the suspension of your card for the remainder of the school year.
Every student was given an FAQs, or frequently asked questions, that list and talk about kind of some of those issues, including the website talks about it. And the information that's provided on there is that for light rail, they do expect every student to scan their card prior to boarding the actual light rail train.
It's still early to determine if this new system will be successful. For the Met Report, Vega.
In case you're experiencing technical difficulties when scanning your card, make sure to check the back of your card for the RTD contact information. The number to call is 303-299-CARD. With
all the new changes on campus in the new year, the most noticed is parking. From the end of last semester to the beginning of this semester, a little over 600 parking spaces have been closed. The Redwood and Cottonwood lots are both closed permanently due to construction and new sites being built on campus. Along with limited parking, the rates are not getting any better. But keep in mind, the Pepsi Center lot is only $1. And for more information on parking and other lots that are available, visit www.ahec.edu/parking.
A little piece of Hollywood made its way to the Mile High. Actor Chaska Spencer stopped by Aurora campus earlier this week. You might recognize this face from the hit saga Twilight. Sam Yulee, the leader of the Wolfpack, played by the actor Chaska Spencer, now leads his own Wolfpack in the real world. Spencer is a spokesperson for United Global Shift, a nonprofit organization that works with Native Americans to create a better shift in the environment, health, and education. Spencer talked about this project, Be the Shift from Poverty to Power, and he shares his experiences from having a drug addiction to becoming clean. You could also check out the full-length story on themetreport.org.
MSU Denver is among several Colorado universities that are partnering with the state government to attract more international students to colleges in Colorado. In an effort to boost foreign exchange student population in our state, the State Department of Education has organized the initiative Study Colorado that aims to boost exchange student enrollment. Study Colorado will serve as the international marketing department for member institutions, directing students who want to study in the United States to the most appropriate Colorado school for their field of interest. For more information on Study Colorado, contact the Department of Modern Languages at 303-556-2908 or visit the department in the Plaza Building, room 360.
Attention all Metro State students, although it's only the beginning of the semester, there are important deadlines quickly approaching. The last day to drop classes and have them deleted from your academic record with a 50% refund is Wednesday, February 6th. The 6th is also the deadline to turn in your insurance waiver through the Aurora Health Center. Lastly, all graduation applications must be turned in no later than Friday, February 8th.
All next week, MSU Denver will be celebrating Homecoming Week. There will be live music, games, and much more. You can listen to local bands during Battle of the Bands on Monday, race around campus in the Amazing Race on Tuesday, show off your school pride on Wednesday's Spirit Day, gather around Dogwood parking lot Thursday evening for a bonfire, and end the week with the men's basketball game against Colorado School of Mines on Friday, while the women's team face Colorado Christian on Saturday. You can find more details about the time and location of any of the events by visiting www.mscd.edu/homecoming.
There are new deals on campus students can get their hands on with the Rowdy Bucks. Coordinator J.R. Ramsey gets you filled in on how to get a hold of these new deals.
Rowdy Bucks are promotions that different advertisers can run, different outlets in the community can offer promotions to our student body by taking out space in the Rowdy Bucks section. It provides the students with discounts on different commodities and offers throughout the community. Deals can last anywhere from 2 weeks to several months. Students can get anything from a free gold card membership at GNC to sweet potato fries at the Burger Works here on campus, even discounted passes to Winter Park.
Be sure to check the kiosk in the Student Success Building frequently, as discounts come and go. There are some deals you won't want to miss.
All right, Rowdy Bucks. I'm excited to start racking up some points.
Discount lift tickets, I can't wait.
I'm there. Coming up after the break, we have a special guest joining us in the studio. And
Britney Carter gets you updated on everything going on in Hollywood for EntertainMET.
Also, it's been one of the worst flu seasons in the nation. We have some tips for you on how to stay healthy.
The Met Report is sponsored in part by MSU Denver's Homecoming Week 2013. There will be multiple activities including an amazing race, a bonfire, and a chance to cheer on your Roadrunners as they take on Colorado Christian Saturday night at 5 and 7 p.m. A full schedule is at msudenver.edu/homecoming.
The current debate surrounding the acid bill in Denver, Colorado is getting more heated by the second. The bill is in its second year and seventh time of attempting to be passed as a law. Leah Rayflab shows us both sides of the issue.
With immigration in the headlines in the last couple of weeks, it's no wonder that it touches down right here on our very own Auraria campus. The Asset Bill, which stands for Advancing Students for a Stronger Economy Tomorrow, is a bill that is on its seventh time being brought to the House. The bill is attempting to lower tuition for undocumented Colorado students to the equivalent of in-state tuition. With many other immigration topics, people have shown either strong support or an incredible outrage towards the bill.
Colorado would benefit from this. The college would also gain more revenues, and a lot of these students would stay put in Colorado rather than seeking alternatives in other states that already have these provisions in place.
Republicans argue that right now is not the appropriate time for the bill to be passed. They stated that the federal government should address immigration first and pass the DREAM Act. Meanwhile, Democrats argue that no Colorado taxpayer dollars will go towards this program. In fact, it will increase revenue from additional students attending our schools.
They get their GEDs in one program, they get their college degree in the other, become productive citizens, get better jobs, become better taxpayers.
With the theme of immigration and tuition at stake, it's no wonder people with all different opinions are getting fired up. Met Report will be sure to keep you posted as this story progresses. For the Met Report, Leah Rayflab.
Tuition is one problem students have to deal with every semester. Flu season is another battle they face on campus. Students think the best thing to do is to fight through the sickness to avoid missing any classes, but the reality is that's the worst thing you can do.
Winter in Colorado, a time for cold weather, winter sports, and of course, snow. But unfortunately, it also means something else. Flu season. Influenza is widespread across the United States this year, and some are even calling it an epidemic. Here on our area campus, though, the health concern is less respiratory and more about the stomach flu.
It seems like on our campus over the past month, right before break and since people have come back from break, the stomach flu has been more common than the respiratory flu.
Dr. Shadler from Auraria Health Center spoke to us about the current flu trend here on campus.
And so it's probably a variation of norovirus, which is a type of virus that causes severe diarrhea and severe vomiting. Very unpleasant.
So what can we do to stay healthy? The Met Report came up with a few tips on how to avoid getting sick while on campus. First of all, wash your hands frequently, and if this is not possible, look for the sanitation stations positioned around campus. Second, avoid touching your mouth, eyes, and nose as much as possible. Third, avoid contact with people who are sick, and if you're contagious, stay home for the sake of your fellow students. And finally, Dr. Shadler tells us the best way to stay well.
I think if you had to say what is the most important thing in terms of staying healthy, it would be getting a good night's rest.
If you follow these guidelines, you should have a good chance of staying healthy. And if not, the Health Center on our area can help.
So if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, stay home or visit the Health Center in the Plaza Building, Suite 150.
Paul Salopek has traveled the globe to reach as far beyond what most of us can fathom. From being born in California to being raised in central Mexico and through his innumerable expeditions on behalf of National Geographic. But he still hasn't quenched his wanderlust. Now he embarks on a 7-year, 21,000-mile journey on foot that will retrace the path of human migration from Central Africa through Asia, the Bering Strait, into Alaska and down to South America. Salopek projects to reach his destination by the year 2020 and understands he will face obstacles along the way. Although he travels following an ancient path, Salopek is keen on his journey being one about the future. He says, "I thought about what it would be like to walk between stories, not just to see the stories we were missing by flying over them, but to understand the connective tissue of all the major stories of our day." You can follow the walk via Twitter and Facebook at outoFedenWalk.com. Good luck, Paul.
Looking for some independent films? The Festivus Film Festival, a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing high-quality independent films to the Denver audience, will have its 6th annual festival from February 20th to the 24th. Films will be shown to include shorts and features of local artists, and all screenings will be at the Oriental Theater and the Bug Theater. Schedule and tickets can be found at www.festivusfilmfestival.com.
Now, the weather this week has had a little bit of everything, and to find out this weekend and next week's forecast, we send it over to Karen Vega.
Thanks, guys. Here's what we can expect this weekend. Beginning tomorrow, we'll have a high of 50 and lows in the 30s for the Mile High City. The sun will shine for the Springs as well, with a likely high of 50 and low of 28. Temperatures drop quite a bit down in Gunnison, with possible highs in the 30s and even a possible low of -5. Same type of situation for Alamosa, as temperatures will be around the 30-degree area for the most part. Now let's take a look at Super Bowl Sunday. For all you grillers out there, the weather will be pretty decent to do some burger flipping. Mostly sunny skies for Denver with a high of 56. In the south, 44 with a high 17 for a low in Durango. Across the eastern plains, Lamar will hold temperatures in the high 50s and lows in the mid-20s. Now let's check out our 5-day forecast. Monday kicks off with plenty of sunshine, which continues on to Tuesday with highs in the mid-50s. That changes by Friday with lows in the 20s and a 20% chance of precipitation. Well, that does it for this week's weather. I'm Karen Vega, and we'll be right back after the break.
The Met Report is brought to you today in part by Health Center at Auraria, a proud sponsor of the Healthy Moves program. Healthy Moves brings Zumba, belly dancing, Nia, Pilates, and yoga classes to Auraria for free as part of tuition and fees. Classes are offered Monday through Friday, and you can find the full schedule on the Wellness channel in Connect You or on the Health Center website at msudenver.edu/healthymoves. Also, real-time updates are on Twitter at BeWellAuraria, and news and events are on Facebook at Health Center at Auraria.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, these, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for EntertainMET is Britney Carter. Britney, what is going on in the world of EMET?
Hey Metro, welcome to the very first 2013 edition of EntertainMET. I'm Britney Carter, here to hook you up to Hollywood. Unfortunately, this first story brings sad news. 25-year-old Caleb Moore died yesterday. A native from Crum, Texas, Moore suffered injuries from a snowmobile crash 1 week ago in the X Games while attempting a backflip late in the run. Moore is the first death in the Winter X Games, which just had its 17th annual edition in Aspen. The Met Report sends our condolences to his friends and family. The most exciting event of the football season is finally here this weekend. But the question is now, will Beyonce raise the bar with her halftime performance? She is going up against some of the biggest names in the industry: Michael Jackson, Prince, U2, Britney Spears, Black Eyed Peas, Usher are only some of the few. So what really does she have to top? Well, first we will start out with this outrageous dance performance we saw with the Black Eyed Peas. And who could forget hearing thunderclouds while remembering all the 9/11 victims in the U2 performance? And Justin Timberlake actually did get Janet Jackson naked, well, somewhat by the end of that song. But I think Beyonce is going to really need something creative to top musical legend Michael Jackson and his performance, including a giant globe and audience interaction. Let's just hope Beyonce's Super Bowl signature won't be lip singing. Amy Poehler hit the spotlight this week, and this time not for her show Parks and Recreation. Poehler signed a deal with It Books to write a memoir. Her publisher described the book as an illustrated, nonlinear diary full of humor and honesty, and brimming with true stories, fictional anecdotes, and life lessons. Poehler's book is scheduled to hit the shelves of fall of next year. If it is anything like the Chelsea Handler series, I'm sure it'll be a big hit. I guess some people never do change. Chris Brown was reported in another physical altercation at Westlake Recording Studios in LA on Sunday night. Words were exchanged in the parking lot and then led into the lobby where the security camera only caught the men already fighting. TMZ reported that the fight most likely started because Ocean was parked in a better spot that Brown thought he deserved. An eyewitness stated that Ocean simply laughed and Brown was so mad he swung at Ocean. Although Brown's account of the brawl was the complete opposite, he has guilty written all over him. He left the scene before the police arrived. He is sporting a new cast on his punching hand. And hello, he has plenty of past history of rage and assault. Regardless of Chris Brown's assault history, Rihanna announced that she and Brown are officially back together. Rihanna told Rolling Stone magazine that he made mistakes and he paid his dues. I decided it was more important to make my happy. She assured the magazine that he has changed and he doesn't have the luxury of messing up this time. That is just not an option. Hopefully, she's not setting up herself for another assault. Another show on MTV is becoming a huge phenomenon in young adult lives across America. And no, I'm not talking about that trashy redneck Jersey Shore show. Nev Schulman got catfished, meaning he met someone who created a false identity to pursue an online relationship with him. Now he uses this experience to help others find their online lovers to discover the truth. Ever since the show was broadcasted on MTV, several people have been coming out and sharing the stories of the catfish, even some hot stars. A linebacker from Notre Dame came out on national television and shared his story. Monte Teo met and started a relationship with a young woman online. After having an elaborate relationship, Teo was told one day that his lover got into a car accident. It was even as elaborate as him hearing the hospital noises. Teo became legendary as a player that played on through the loss of his so-called girlfriend. Even after the man admitted to Teo that it all was a hoax, he didn't even know what to believe. Teo went on later to say that as long as his family is okay, I can live on through whatever happens. Check out some highlights from this Katie Couric interview.
I didn't really say anything. I was still speechless. I just found out that everything that I believed to be my reality, they would put the phone supposedly right by her mask. And so all I could basically hear was her breathing. And every time I got on the phone, her breathing would quicken. And they kept saying that the nurses were wondering who was on the phone.
Poor Teo, looks like he got his love life sacked.
Yeah, he did, but good thing there are plenty of fish in the sea.
That's right. Coming up after the break, Lennox Williams joins us to tell us all about the men's and women's basketball team and how they did on the road in the RMAC play.
Chino Latino Tequila Cantina is Lodo's newest addition, serving up tacos and tequila. Located only one block from Coors Field at 2200 Market Street, they offer daily specials on food and happy hour prices every day from 2 to 7, and whenever the temperature drops below 32 degrees. Daily and happy hour specials are listed at ChinoLatinoDenver.com.
Now on desk for Met Report Sports is Lennox Williams. Lennox, the women's and men's team were busy during the break. How did it go?
It was a seesaw ride back and forth, but let's see how it go. Metro State women's basketball team visited fourth-ranked Colorado Mesa in hopes of ending their first loss of the season. The Roadrunners were in trouble since the beginning of the game. They were down as much as 19 points in the first half. The second half provided the spark as they went on a 9-1 run and was only down by 1 point with less than 4 minutes remaining. Emily Wood had 19 points for Team I, but the Mavericks held on to win 73 to 67. Metro State took out their frustration on the Mountaineer of Western State. Emily Wood brought her A game for score a career high of 24 points to push the Roadrunners in the winning column 78 to 61. The Roadrunners are still on the road tonight at Chadron State in Nebraska. Today, the men's basketball team took their 15-0 start on the road to Grand Junction and take on Colorado Mesa. Business as usual as the Roadrunners sprinted out to a bulk lead. The score was 34-21 at the half. The Mavericks went on a tear to tie the game at 42-all with 11:51 left on the clock. Demetrius Miller got hot at the right time. He ended up with 24 points game high. And the defense settled down to show why they're #1 in D2. The Roadrunners win 64-52. The Roadrunners took their league best record to Western State and escaped with a 5-point victory as the Mountaineer held them to a season low of 36.2 field goal percent. Metro State next game is at Chadron State tonight in Chadron. The end of the basketball season begins the start of the softball season. The Roadrunners are coming off a solid campaign where they qualify for the RMAC tournament for the 5th straight year. Peter Aragon brings us the ins and outs of the 2013 softball season.
The Metro softball team slides into their second season under head coach Christy Lansford. While the transition to a new head coach is never easy, Coach Lansford has earned the respect of her team with her calm demeanor.
She's a lot different than the past coaches that I've had, but she's a quiet leader and she's a strong leader and she has high expectations for us.
And Coach Lansford's expectations are high as she is shooting for more than the RMAC title.
I want to win the RMAC, and bigger than winning the RMAC, I want to go back to regionals. I want to go back to the World Series. That's what I want to do, but we have to do one step at a time, and so we have to win one game at a time, but that's what I want to do with this team. I want to go back.
With the team returning 7 of the 9 starters to the lineup, the conference also has high expectations, picking the runners to finish 4th in the conference. One key player the team brings back to their offense is the Spear Street smasher Kelsey Tillery, who tied the Division II lead with 23 home runs last season, but she doesn't want to focus on what happened in the past.
My goals this season is to not think about last year. It's a new year and new players, new coaches, all that, and my goal is to be the best catcher, be the best leader, and be the best hitter I can every time I'm up at the plate.
Returning to the mound will be one of the best pitchers in the RMAC, Aubrey Mall, who had an impressive 2012 campaign sporting a 19-9 record with a 3.29 ERA. Coach believes Mall can be even better this year.
I think she has the ability to, if she just has a lot of confidence and goes in with the same mindset that she had last year. I think that she has the ability to come in and have another great season.
With Mall well installed in the #1 pitcher spot, fellow senior Britney Moss looks to take over as the #2. Mall says their tandem on the mound could be the difference between an RMAC tournament invite and an RMAC title.
She's huge, and you know, we've been together for 4 years now, and you know, I learned a lot from her my freshman year, and you know, I think we work off of each other, so it'll be a good season for us.
With a 1-2 punch of Mall and Moss and the home run ability of Tillery, the runners look to return to dominance in the conference. Peter Aragon, Merit Report Sports.
The softball season actually begins this weekend as they host home games right here at Area Field. So excited to see if Kelsey Tillery can break the single-season record of 25.
Oh, that would be so exciting. I'm really looking forward to softball season.
Yeah, softball season, spring weather. Let's get it on.
Let's bring it. Don't leave just yet. When we come back, Ben Smith caught up with local musician Danny Delphs earlier this week, and Danny will join us live in the studio.
Denver has some bustling businesses. Make your business stand out at one of Denver's rising schools, Metro State University of Denver. College students like myself are always looking for a good place to go. Bring students in with Rowdy Bucks discounts, where you decide the discount and we do the rest. Good thing MSU Denver has an information kiosk where students can check out what's hot on the spot. College students are always on a budget and are always looking for the best deals, especially with food.
I'm so hungry right now.
I know, me too. Where do you want to go?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of on a tight budget, so we need to go somewhere.
Was there always a dollar menu?
I really don't want the dollar menu today.
Well, I can't think of anything else.
Well, you're the genius. You figure it out.
Wait, I think I know what might help. It's simple. Students go to the touchscreen kiosk in the Student Success Building. Then find deals through Rowdy Bucks. Well, it's been a long day and I'm starving, so I'm going to head over to the kiosk and decide where to go eat. To learn more about Rowdy Bucks and all the kiosk options, visit metrostudentmedia.com or call us at 303-556-2507.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
And now, for another edition of Met Report Music. The Mile High City,
home to pro football, indecisive weather, and numerous outdoor activities. Denver also has a diverse music scene.
As for genres around here, there's everything, really. There's all types of rock and metal.
For this time on Met Report Music, we traveled up to beautiful Arapahoe Basin, where we found multi-talented musician Danny Delfs. Danny moved to Denver several years ago with one thing in mind, the music scene.
You know, I go out and see some local band, and I end up finding out some other band I've never heard of that I like even more than the band I went to go see. So, you know, I really like when that happens.
As an avid guitar player, Danny told us how moving here has strengthened his motivation to play.
Seeing the talent level out here, it motivates me to get better myself.
He also spoke about some of his favorite artists. You listen to an iPod while you snowboard, right?
I do. I have some Disco Biscuits in right now. I have Cake, Eminem, Chili Peppers, Dirty Heads.
We talked about his favorite venues in Denver.
Red Rocks is one of a kind for sure. The Fillmore, another great venue, doesn't hold as many people, but there's nothing like the Fillmore in Sioux City either.
Finally, Danny told us about his inspiration.
Inspiration is a funny thing. When I write my simpler songs that I write lyrics to, as long as the guitar parts, that inspiration comes from breakups. But that's what inspires me to write. That's what gives me enough emotion to be able to write it down. My best songwriting comes from improv. Like, I'll just sit down and play, and hopefully something good comes out. And whenever I do that, I always write 2 or 3 parts that will either end up becoming a song or 2 songs.
And of course, we couldn't let Danny go without hearing 1 or 2 of those songs ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Delfs.
It's hard to call you mine when you're so far away. I need you here with me, I need you here today. It hurts when you're gone, can you say the same? You can hear my voice, but can you hear my pain? Where are you? Where have you gone? I need you. Are you where you belong? Convince me that you share this misery, or are you happy? Starting to lose my mind, I'm starting to lose my cool. Just the thought of losing you when I start to act a fool. But if you're asking me, well, you're already gone. I've already lost you, so can you even say I'm wrong? Where are you? I need you. Are you where you belong? Convince me that you share this misery, or are you happy? mind when you're so far away. I need you here with me each and every day. It hurts when you're gone. Can you say the same? You can hear my voice, but do you hear my pain?
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Britney Carter, Lennox Williams, Karen Vega, Jake Holgerson, I'm Paula Ruelas. Danny, take it away.